He wants to tell Seokjin about this in peace, and when they're sober. Honestly, he'd even like for them to celebrate when he tells Seokjin the best news of this year. And he really didn't think they'd been that obvious. But it's hard to lie straight out. They're too good friends to do such a thing, and to even be able to pull off the lie. Is it really that obvious is what he settles for? No, Seokjin answers immediately. But you are. Obvious. To me. I know you, baby. I can tell that some shady business is going on here. It's not shady. It is not. Seokjin shakes his head, wiggling a finger in Taehyung's face. Is Jungkook losing it for his favorite boyfriend again? He teases but looks incredibly happy at the same time. God, he's so cute, just as supportive as Yoongi, and Jimin would have been too, would he know about this? They've always been incredibly supportive and protective of Taehyung and Jungkook's love for one another, and to be honest, it has probably been rather traumatic for the other guys as well, learning about their breakup and Jungkook's new boyfriend. Taehyung sighs, but a part of him very much wants to vent about this. It's really not the right time, though. Well, Tae. What the f***? Did something happen? Now? During this trip? What about that Jesus? Taehyung laughs, although he really shouldn't. Justin hasn't really done anything wrong, except from being a flirtatious twat, but Jungkook chose him at some point and he's probably heartbroken right now. He should have some mercy on him. Should. But he can't. Sorry. It feels good hearing Seokjin bitching about him. We've talked. We still have feelings. Of course you have. We'll see where it goes when Jungkook breaks up with him, something like that. Did Cookie tell you that he was going to? Taehyung realizes he's kind of cornered. He's hinted at it. Yes. Taehyung squirms slightly under Seokjin's intense gaze. Did you guys? No. Taehyung says firmly. Nothing's happened, really. How can you withstand that man? Seokjin jokes, but with a tang of seriousness because he knows Taehyung is goddamn weak for him. Jungkook's a gentleman, then? Breaking up before moving on. Taehyung doesn't answer because he's afraid his answer will come out right sappy. But then he can't help himself and sighs dreamily. He breathed me in, though, sappier than ever, then. God, he's ridiculous and he couldn't care less about it. But Seokjin doesn't laugh, and the moment turns kind of beautiful, where Seokjin looks at him incredibly fondly and takes him in for a long hug. They don't say another word, they just hug forever, and then, without further ado, Seokjin turns around and walks away, back to the dance floor. Taehyung starts walking as well, not even looking in Jungkook's supposed direction, because he knows he will just miss him tenfold more if he gets a visual. And he simply can't be dealing with that right now. Which means he doesn't go looking for Yoongi to say goodnight and thanks for the party, either, but he knows they're fine. He just wants the time and days to pass by, in the speed of light, until Jungkook comes knocking on his door. He can't wait. The bungalow is dark and lonely, but after he's lit a cozy bedside lamp it quickly feels better, and the bed looks incredibly inviting. It has been very comfortable the other nights and he's looking forward to a long, nice sleep. But he's aiming for something else first. And he won't even beat around the bush about it. He's said, Jungkook has that effect on him, and sue him for wanting, longing, actually, whilst thinking about the man of his absolute dreams. The clothes are gone in the blink of an eye, and he jumps in between the sheets. He'll brush his teeth and stuff later, if he can be bothered. Right now, he just needs to grab his, oh yes, bring up some new pictures of Jungkook's longer hair, and combine those with how sinful and sexy he is. About 8-year-old memories. Oh, baby, he gasps as the pleasure washes over him and he reflexively arches slightly into his hand. Biting his lower lip hard, he stifles a moan, but hell, if he really needs to, everyone else is at the party anyway. Except a light knock disturbs his current state of heaven, and he, opening his eyes in slight confusion, staring at the closed door. What the he breathes out, loud enough for the visitor to hear him, and hopefully realizing that he's in bed and really doesn't want anyone to disturb him, like, at all. Tae. It's me. Oh, what in the bloody hell, Jungkook? What are you doing here? He actually sounds a bit irritated, but it can't be helped, and he needs the release very badly. I know what you're doing. I just wanna stand here, listening, if you're okay with that. Okay. Now, that's a bit aggressive, right? And definitely something new, and honestly, Taehyung doesn't know if he should laugh or cry or shoot himself, because what does he do with this situation? Kook, it's really not a good time right now. It's perfect. He knows what Jungkook sounds, and in short, it's something awesome to be part of. Unfortunately, Taehyung neither sees nor hears him, only muffled sounds sneaking through the wood of the door. But it'll have to do for now. If everything goes according to plan and Taehyung can keep his patience, it'll happen soon enough. Did you just come all over my door? Cookie. Taehyung sasses, but he hears himself not being able to cut out the fondness. Jungkook laughs briefly, humming, whilst it sounds like he's tucking himself back in. I may have just done that. Yes. Sorry about that. Don't be sorry, baby, but take off your shirt and wipe it off, will you? Jungkook laughs again, but Taehyung would be damned if he doesn't actually do just that, wipes it off. It definitely sounds like it, anyway. Taehyung reaches for the napkins on his bedside table and cleans off his hand, and he feels so relaxed and content and elated. I can't wait to be on the other side of the door, Jungkook mumbles, and Taehyung couldn't agree more. He nods and hums in agreement. They're silent for a few seconds, but when Jungkook speaks up again, he still sounds very close to the door. So, I did break up with Justin today, just thought you should know that. I wouldn't have followed you here otherwise. You did? Really? Taehyung is actually quite surprised. Jungkook's is progressing fast, even for being him. I'm gonna go official about it when I get back home. But there's no confusion between me and Justin. We're off. Jungkook takes a deep breath. Now you know, okay, but Taehyung's mind is kind of speeding, and he thinks he already knows the answer, but he can't help himself to ask anyway. You wanna come in here, then? Or it's a bit brave, he knows it, but he'd do anything to be able to cuddle Jungkook right now. Jungkook hums, and Taehyung hears the warmth in his voice clearly. He's tempted, but something's holding him back. I want to, alright. But I also wanna do this right, baby. Taehyung closes his eyes hard and almost gets a pleasant urge to cry. This is his Jungkook. This surely is his Jungkook, telling Taehyung loud and clear that he's serious with his intentions with Taehyung. That he never ever wants things between them to fall apart so horrendously as they did a year ago. That, this time, he won't give up and let Taehyung go. When we get back home, he continues, I'm gonna ask you out, and we are going to start all over, with dates, and talks and snogs. And I won't take you to bed until we're practically dying for it, because we are going to focus on communication and learning, to start with, and this bit is gonna have to stand back for a while. It's a beautiful talk, But Taehyung can't help but bark out a short, incredulous laugh. Yeah, right. Good luck with that one, sweetheart. Putting you and me in the same room after a year apart, to communicate. And at that Jungkook laughs as well, loud and amazing, and Taehyung just wants to see him. I'll do my utmost to make us focus on the right things, which isn't or what? Jungkook. Please? You know that's exactly the right thing for us, that it solves every problem we may have along the way. Taehyung provokes, just for the fun of it, but secretly he's actually starting to wonder if Jungkook really is, at least partly, serious about the whole not focusing on thing. He certainly hopes not. You're so impatient, baby, Jungkook teases, playing the game the part, and Taehyung gives his quick squeeze as if to comfort it. Their talk is making it rather interested again, but this time Taehyung is going to wait until Jungkook is left, until he gives it any attention again. Bye baby, Jungkook says slowly and taps the door a couple of times before he steps down the stairs and probably goes to his own bungalow.